Hey developers, today we're going to talk about what a code spike or spike is in software development. So by the end of this video, you'll understand what a code spike is and how it relates to the Agile software methodology. So stay tuned all the way to the end. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Eric. I have over 10 years of software development experience, and this channel is all about teaching you software development, front-end frameworks like Vue.js, and just kind of learning how you can become a software developer. So welcome aboard. And if you like this channel, please click that subscribe button and that like button. That really helps me. So we're talking about code spikes or spikes. So this term really in its essence is a way you can quickly create a prototype, quickly create a program to test an idea. We use it a lot when we have the Agile software development lifecycle, where we may actually be creating a story and we need to test something out in it. Stories are kind of ways we can break up a program into different parts. And a user story is kind of the perspective of a user and how they would interact with the application. So there's tools out there like Jira and there's other software applications where you can kind of keep track of all these different stories in your application. And there's times where it's not really clear what needs to happen or what needs to be done. And that's where kind of a code spike would happen. Now, you don't have to be doing this in a Agile environment. You can actually just do this on your own. So you may be creating a program or you may be creating a project, and at some point in time, you may want to add in a library or framework or just test out a concept, but you don't want to put that towards your code base right away. So you might do a spike or a code spike. In that case, you would go outside of your program and just try to implement it. You might even create your own branch in your program just real quickly, implement what you think you need to get added in, and then test it out. If it works great, then you would want to actually implement that in your own code base and try it out. So that's just kind of really quickly what a code spike is. So there is a definition on Wikipedia, so I'll just bring it up. It says a spike is a product testing method originating from extreme programming that uses the simplest possible program to explore potential solutions. It's used to determine how much work we required to solve or work around a software issue. Typically, a spike test involves gathering additional information or testing easily reproduced edge cases. In Agile software development methodologies like Scrum or extreme programming. So like I said, you usually see this a lot in the Scrum world out there. They'll do a code spike, they'll take a day or two. One of the software developers on the team will go and just test out something before they implement it actually as a user story or into the main application. So it's definitely very handy. It's a useful term to know because you'll probably hear it if you're in the software development world, especially if you're in a team with other developers. So keep that in mind. So that's all I have today. I just want to get that term out of the way for you guys. I think it's really useful to know. It's really something you guys should know if you're a software developer. If you guys like these videos, there's a ton of software development terminology that you really don't get if you're just working by yourself or you're just self-teaching yourself. You're a self-taught programmer, which I know many of you guys are. So there's this whole kind of workflow that you have as an Agile in an Agile team, and that's really where the industry has gone. So there's these terms like stand-up meetings. You have this iterative approach versus kind of a waterfall approach. There's daily stand-up meetings, usually have a Scrum master. There's Scrum meetings. There's backlog meetings. Kind of all these different types of things that happen in a normal work day. It's something you guys probably should know once you jump into these jobs, doing software development day to day. And then actually just knowing how these things work is probably pretty good when you're on an interview, because you might be asked, have you ever been on an Agile team? Have you ever used a Slack or Jira? Have you ever been, what's the difference between a waterfall lifecycle versus an iterative? Have you heard of extreme programming? How do you become Agile? Who's the Scrum Master? Things like this is actually something in your day-to-day job you'll learn more so than just, of course, you're going to be learning HTML, JavaScript, CSS if you're, let's say, for example, you're joining a front-end team. But you'll really understand as you start becoming a software developer, a lot of being the day-to-day grind is being in a lot of meetings, showing people what you've done, telling people where you are in a project, completing little bits and pieces of a story so they can track how long a project is. Because one thing that's really important in software development is you have to, it's very, very, very common in the software development world for projects to go over. Like most projects don't, a lot of projects don't stay in the estimates that are given. And software developers, we are terrible at giving estimates. So kind of adding in all these pieces and structure, and you got product management, so you can take different sprints is another term you'll hear, where you can kind of break up these R applications into smaller problems, into smaller stories and epics. These things like this are how real software developers work, especially when you actually have a team involved. So if you guys want to learn more about this kind of agile methodology, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know. Take care. Also, make sure you click the like button and a little subscribe button. And by the way, below, I put some links to some of my favorite courses. So if you're trying to learn software development, click on some of those courses. Those are great learning tools. And also, I get a few bucks if you click on any of them, so you'll be supporting this channel.